entire village feared. It was a Wednesday afternoon. The sun was blazing, high and unbothered, baking the zinc rooftops, turning market dust into golden mist. I had just left Momankechi's kiosk, bought a sachet of water and some chin-chin to soak my sadness in. I was walking home, dragging my slippers, my eyes red and heavy, thinking of how to tell my mother that the man I had loved for 4 long years had just married someone else. My cousin, Kemi.my chest ached like a cracked clay pot. But I kept moving, empty. Until I reached the town square. That's when I saw him. Or maybe, that's when he saw me. Dirty. Shirtless. Hair wide like he'd wrestled thunder and won. Proper fire. That's what they called him. Some said he was once a soldier. Others whispered that heartbreak shattered his mind. No one knew his real name. He lived near the old railway line, in a wooden shelter built with plastic and prayers. Kids mocked him. Women hissed. But that day, as I walked past, something shifted. He stood up. Tall. Silent. Eyes locked on me. My heart jumped. The whole market froze. Even the yam seller dropped her knife. And then, he walked up to me. Lifted my chin gently. Looked straight into my soul. And whispered. Why are you crying like someone who has forgotten her worth? Before I could speak. He kissed me. Not wildly. Not harsh. Just one, soft kiss, like he was returning something he borrowed from me, long ago. And then, he stepped back. Nodded. Sat down. For 3 seconds, silence. Then, chaos. Laughter. Screaming. She's cursed now. Voices clapped, mocked, howled. A boy even recorded it on his phone. I stood there. Stunned. Shamed. But my feet wouldn't move. Yet. For the first time in days. I didn't feel like dying. My tears stopped. And somehow, I felt seen. I walked away. Quiet. No response to the voices. No explanation to the word. Just the warmth of his lips still lingering. And something new growing in my chest. That night, I looked in the mirror. I didn't see a curse. I saw life. Like someone had reminded me that I matter. Hopeful tone, closer to a whisper. The next morning, I stood by the railway tracks. Waiting. Watching. Hoping. Not for another kiss. But for truth. For understanding. For the man the world laughed at, but who somehow loved me honestly. That was the beginning of a story no one will believe. But everyone needs to hear. Because sometimes, the one they call mad is the only one sane enough to remind you that you are worth loving. They said I was cursed. They said his madness had crawled into me through that kiss like smoke through a crack. By morning, the whispers turned to wails. 3 women stormed into my mother's compound, holy oil in one hand, salt in the other, crying out, "Cast the demon out before it settles." Mama was afraid. Angry. Ashamed. She dragged me to the back room and slapped me across the cheek. Not from hate, but fear. How do you explain peace to someone who's never known the storm in your chest? How do you say that a madman's kiss made you feel more whole than 4 years with a man who barely noticed your pain? The village didn't care about my silence. They mocked. They laughed. And worst of all, they recorded it. Village madman proposes with a kiss, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. The caption burned across the internet like Harmattan fire. And I became the madman's bride. But in the chaos, something kept pulling at me. His words. You've forgotten your worth. So I went back. To the railway tracks. To the one man everyone feared, but who, in his madness, had seen me. There, he called me Firefly. He told me pain could live in the bones. That silence could speak louder than screams. And that truth makes people afraid. And for the first time in years, I began to breathe. But peace doesn't last long in a world addicted to chaos. One afternoon, he handed me a rusted tin box. When the storm comes, he said, Don't open this until it passes. Promise me. That night, the storm came not with rain, but with sirens, police, ropes, guns. He was arrested, accused of attempted murder. And if I stood by him, they said I could be arrested too. The crowd watched. Phones recorded. Faces judged. And as they dragged him away, he looked at me, calm, steady, and whispered again. Don't open the box until the storm passes. Now I sit here, on the cold floor, the storm raging outside, and something inside me won't let me sleep. Something whispered, open it. On the bustling streets where life moves fast, there's a quiet struggle often unseen. Today, we meet Sarah, a poor, crippled beggar who fights a silent battle for survival. Every morning, Sarah wheels herself to the same spot, hoping that today will be better than the last. But the harsh weather, the cold stares, and the emptiness in her stomach are all too familiar. For many like Sarah, begging isn't a choice, it's the last resort. With no family, no shelter, and no government support, survival hangs on the kindness of strangers. But amidst the despair, hope finds a way. Meet Rachel, a local hero. Every afternoon, Rachel brings Sarah a warm meal. What started as a simple gesture became something much more powerful. A friendship blossomed. One built on love, respect, and the belief that everyone deserves dignity, no matter where they sit in society. Rachel's compassion ignited something in the community. One by one, others began to step forward. The ripple effect of kindness began to grow. Today, Sarah still lives on the street. But she's no longer invisible. No longer alone. Her story is a reminder that even the smallest act of kindness can rewrite someone's entire day, even their destiny. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll by. Leave a comment, share this video, and let's build a community of compassion. Subscribe for more inspiring stories. Watch our next video. Together, we can create a world where no one is forgotten, where even the smallest light can shine through the darkest street. Join me as I take on the challenge of transforming my life from rags to riches, and see if I can really change my fate for the better. My name is John, and I was living a life many can't even imagine. Every day was a fight just to survive. 2 jobs, empty fridge, unpaid bills, just another day in the cycle of poverty. People talk about poverty, but living it, that's a whole different story. It's the fear, the anxiety, the feeling of being invisible in a world that keeps moving without you. One evening, I found a flyer for a local business competition. I had nothing to lose, and maybe, just maybe, something to gain. That single choice changed everything. I poured my soul into that idea. And when I won, I knew it was the start of something new. The grant gave me the push I needed. My business took off. I moved out. I could breathe again. I felt like I finally belonged. But this story isn't just about success. It's about never giving up. About taking chances when life gives you one small window of hope. If you're going through a tough time, remember, there's always a way forward. Drop a comment below and subscribe for more stories of hope, hustle, and transformation. Long ago in Rome, there was a poor slave. His name was Androcles. His master was very mean and cruel. Androcles was very sad and tired. So one day, he ran away. Androcles ran into a deep forest. He hid there for many days. But he had no food. He became weak and sick. Then he found a cave and went inside to rest. Soon, he fell fast asleep. Suddenly, Androcles woke up. A big lion came into the cave. It was roaring loudly. Androcles was scared. He thought, this lion will eat me. But the lion was not angry. It was limping. Its paw was hurt. Androcles looked closely at the lion's paw. There was a long, sharp thorn inside. Carefully, he pulled it out. The lion jumped with joy. It licked Androcles' hands and feet. They became good friends. Every day, The lion brought food. Androcles and the lion ate together. They slept side by side. They were happy in the cave. One day, soldiers found Androcles. They took him back to Rome. There was a law. Any slave who runs away must fight a lion. A very hungry lion was waiting. Many people came to watch. They shouted and cheered. Androcles stood in the middle. He was scared. The lion roared behind the door. The lion ran in, fast and loud. But wait. Androcles smiled. It was his lion. The same lion from the cave. The lion did not hurt him. It licked his feet and hugged him with its head. Androcles held the lion close. The people were shocked. They had never seen this before. Androcles told the people, "I was kind to this lion. He was kind to me. No man helped me before. But this lion became my friend." The people cheered. "Let them live. Set them both free." So Androcles was free. The lion was free too. And they lived happily in Rome for many years. Thank you for watching this beautiful story. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. More amazing stories are coming your way. A long time ago, in a kingdom known for its secrets, there lived a wise king who knew more than anyone could explain. But his strangest habit. Every day after dinner, he ate from a mysterious dish, alone, in silence. One day, curiosity overcame the servant. He lifted the cover, and there, lying still on the plate, was a white snake. Unable to resist, he tasted it. In that moment, he heard whispers outside his window. The birds were speaking. That same day, the queen's precious ring went missing. Suspicion fell on the trusted servant. He was given until morning or face execution. Down by the stream, the servant overheard a dog groaning, "Something lies heavy in my stomach," a ring from beneath the queen's window. His name cleared. The servant refused riches. Instead, he asked for a horse and goat to see the world. Along his journey, he saved 3 fish, avoided trampling ants, and even fed starving ravens with his own horse, and each of them promised, "We will remember you." As he stood helpless by the waves, the 3 fish returned. One brought a shell with a golden ring inside. In a distant city, a princess sought a husband. But only he who could pass her impossible tasks would win her hand or lose his life. But the princess was still proud. She scattered 10 sacks of millet seed and demanded every grain be gathered by morning. By sunrise, the task was done. The ant king had kept his word. Still not satisfied, the princess demanded a fruit from the tree of life. With no map, no clue, the servant wandered endlessly. Then, under a tree, he awoke to find a golden apple in his hand. The ravens had returned and brought him the fruit of life. The princess could resist no more. Together, they shared the apple of life. And so, the humble servant and the proud princess lived on, in joy and love, to a ripe old age.